In a pinch, blank can be a suitable substitute for blank. I got this card last time, too.
Deal with it.
In a pinch, smashing all the pottery in a pottery barn in search of rupees can be a suitable substitute for me time. In a pinch, racially based SAT questions can be a suitable substitute
Biased, Chris.
for whatever.
I think
In
these
a
are
Say
pinch,
it.
the folly of man can be a
Come on,
suitable
say it.
substitute for Nickelback.
the clitoris.
In a pinch, Italians can be a suitable substitute for beating your wives. None of
That was
these
a
were
throw.
any good. Although this
Just
is
follow your
probably
heart.
what he does for his me time.
What's the most emo? Elderly Japanese men. A fully dressed female video game character. The Amish. Cutting yourself to the song Crawling by Linkin Park.
When I was tripping on acid, blank turned into blank.
Friendly fire turned into genocide.
Oh, for fuck's sake, someone has that.
That's funny, but I'm not gonna pick that if I see it. When I was tripping on acid, oh god,
Poorly timed Holocaust jokes turned
I
into
can
the
read, I can
Holocaust
read.
itself.
turned into
Jesus
Holocaust
Christ.
itself.
That's
When I was
amazing.
tripping on acid, Roadhead turned into dungeon porn, but that doesn't work.
You know what?
When I was tripping on acid, the shambling corpse of Larry King turned into an enormous Scandinavian woman. When I was tripping on acid, making sex at her turned into coughing into a vagina. This one made me chuckle.
Honestly, I would have went with a Holocaust joke, honestly. But hey. But it would have been funnier if it was
It made
poorly
more
timed
sense.
Holocaust jokes turned into German dungeon porn. What gives me uncontrollable gas? Axe body spray, which I don't think you're supposed to ingest. What gives me uncontrollable gas? Surprise sex!
Makes sense.
What gives me uncontrollable sex? Yeah, Sarah Palin. What gives me uncontrollable sex? What gives me uncontrollable gas? Famine.
Oh, for
Damn it,
fuck's
I shouldn't have
sake!
sold that.
In M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that had really been all along.
Surprisingly.
In M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that puberty had really been menstruation all along. Bruce Willis discovers that God had really been God all along.
Yes, that's how you do it.
That
Bruce
would've been a
Willis
good movie.
discovers that a can of whoop ass had really been a drive-by shooting all along. Bruce Willis discovers that a crappy little hand had been crippling debt all along.
Yes, I'm on the board.
Con!
What helps Obama unwind? If someone has a blank card and says thinking about Kenya, you win.
Ew.
Ew.
What helps Obama unwind? Hunting accidents. Feeding
That's
Rosie
Dick
If it
O'Donnell.
was Dick Cheney.
That one gay Teletubby in Smegma.
Ugh.
Do I want to know what Smegma is?
Yes. No, you don't.
What's the next Happy Meal toy? AIDS. The AIDS dildo. No, the machine gun. the
60
next
if you
Happy Meal
really
toy?
want to know,
The
Google
taint.
it.
The grundle. The fleshy fun bridge. Quivering jowls. Yoshi's huge egg-laying cloaca. Or how the fuck you say that? A bloody pacifier.
Get it right. Life was difficult for cavemen before blank. Okay,
For
the
fuck's
first
sakes.
one doesn't make sense. Life was difficult for cavemen before running out of stamina. Life was difficult for cavemen before surprise butt sex. Opposable thumbs wins hands down.
I don't even need to read any of the other ones.
God
Shorty's
damn
Let's
it.
Wins.
What do old people smell like? The gulags. Homeless people. A robust mongoloid. Oompa Loompa. What the fuck does an Oompa Loompa smell like?
Candy,
Can-
chocolate
I
mostly.
was gonna say candy. If I had a
Oh,
blank
for
card,
fuck's sakes!
Yeah, fuck you, Henrico.
you know, if I had a blank card, I probably would have just wrote in death.
That would have won.
For my next trick, I will pull blank. I will pull blank out of blank. For my next trick, I will pull a mime having a stroke out of Tom Cruise. I will pull Robert Downey Jr. out of Neil Patrick Harris, if I can say his name right. I will pull AIDS out of Tiger Woods. I will pull Xena, Warrior Princess, out of Women in Yogurt commercials. None of these are all that good.
2 and 3 are the only ones that really make sense, though. I think we all had trash cards that time.
Alright, on the board.
We just have to make sure 60 stays off the board.
What's there a ton of in heaven? Endless ninjas.
You see, the last
Spectacular
one I
ads.
doubt very much.
Cheating in the Special Olympics. And raping and pillaging.
The socialist governments of Scandinavia have declared that access to blank is a basic. Socialist governments of Scandinavia have declared that access to full frontal nudity is a basic human right.
What are you
What
laughing
now?
at,
Wait,
Smash?
Chris, really?
No,
It's
no,
a
no,
basic
no,
human
no,
right.
no, 3 and 4.
Oh. What?
Access to rolling a d20 to save a failing marriage, basic human right. Access to a sassy black woman is a basic
But
human
there are
right.
no blacks in Scandinavia.
Thank you very much.
Fuck you! You ruined
And
it,
he's
Grim!
on the board.
You fucked it. What's the
No,
gift that keeps
I'm not
on
letting
giving?
you win again.
George Clooney's Musk. Grave robbing. The Sarah Jorah Mormont's cerulean blue balls. African children. These are all terrible!
You know, think about it. You're digging down into a grave, you find a dead
I mean, that's
body,
the
you
only one
find...
that makes any sense! The rest of you should be ashamed of yourself!
This is the way the world ends, this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a... This is the way the world ends, this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with dwarf tossing. Not with a bang, but with the hiccups. Not with a bang, but with full HD. Not with a bang, but with a grumpy old Harrison Ford who'd rather be doing anything else. This,
Especially a Star Wars
this
movie.
is the only one that makes sense.
HD.
I wish I hadn't lost the instruction manual for RoboCop. Guy's just tearing through the streets killing everyone now. I wish I hadn't lost the instruction manual for
Classist undertones.
undertones. I wish I
They're
hadn't
so
lost the
snooty.
instruction manual for scalping.
I'd
Mine was
skip
a
the skull and
throwaway.
all now.
I wish I hadn't lost the instruction manual for my machete. I'm
Because
gonna
now
go
I
with
can't
RoboCop.
scalp anything. Fuck.
It was a throwaway, but it
yourself.
won, alright.
In the distant future, historians will agree that blank marked the beginning of America's decline.
In the distant future, historians will agree that an honest cop with nothing left to lose marked the beginning of America's decline. That Aaron Burr marked the beginning of America's decline. That sexting marked the beginning of America's decline.
Oh dear
and
God.
that black people
Who is
marked the
Aaron
beginning
Burr?
of I didn't even need to finish it. During... Wait, no, that's Grimm's. Never mind.
During sex, I like to think about blank. Fuck's sake.
Chris!
That was
That was 60.
That was not me.
During sex, I like to think about a Neko
Oh, you
riding a
motherfucker.
trap.
Who's number 2? Never mind. Tell me after this. Whoever picked number 2, you're
During
a
sex,
bitch.
I like to think about the Holy Bible. During sex,
Well, wait, which one's
Fuck
number
it.
2 for you? Because it's different for a lot of us.
Who
Told you
picked,
it was
who
60.
picked the Holy Bible? Because I'm the one who
Guilty.
I'm the one who did the Pope.
In the new Disney Channel...
oh, again?
Yeah. In the new Disney Channel original movie, Hannah Montana struggles with blank for the first time. Hannah Montana struggles with not giving a shit about the third world for the first time. Struggles with American Gladiators for the first time.
We're
Struggles
coming
with
for you,
Force Me.
Hannah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge for the first time. Struggles with hipsters for the first time.
What's the
My
next
everything.
superhero?
Oh my
John
god.
Wilkes Booth. Oh, for fuck's sakes! What's
Don't
the
think
next
that's not
superhero?
Don't-
I never said I choose it. I just said I swear to God. What's the next superhero? Historically black colleges. What's the next superhero? Testicular torsion.
Oh, it hurts.
That's
Testicular
the next
torsion
superhero.
man.
The machine
Your
gun.
balls hurt just by looking at you.
Uh,
Aw,
Thank
that's,
you.
That's bullshit.
In Michael Jackson's final moments, he thought about men. He thought about
All right,
sunshine. and
who has
rainbow.
the blank card?
Oh my god!
I'm going straight to hell.
They have a special place in hell
Oh
for
my
you.
God.
Holy
White
shit.
people like concealing a boner. White people like unlocking a new sex position. White people like pictures of boobs. White people like $5.
You see,
football.
number 3, it's not just white people, it's everyone.
That is true.
Just pick
In
your
the
cards,
final
it'll be
round
fine.
of this year's Omegathon, Omeganauts must face off in a game of blank. The final round of this year's Omegathon, Omeganauts must face off in a game of Zeus's sexual appetite.
I think
Yikes.
1 and 2 are basically the same thing.
Omeganauts must face off in a game of a mating display. No, 1 and 2 are not the same thing because Zeus has fucked a horse. Omeganauts must face off in a game of chivalry. Omeganauts must face off in a game
game,
of cake
or-
backsies.
You just chose it because I was in the lead, didn't you?
No,
Yep.
mine was Zeus's sexual appetite.
Didn't we agree not to do that?
Yeah, seriously.
I
if
also
it
didn't like the
wins,
card.
It wins.
I really
There
didn't
was a
actually
riot
like
at the
the card.
Gearbox panel when they gave the attendees blank. Racism. Jafar. Mountain Dew Code Red. The gravity gun. Like, so... I need someone to sell me on this, though. But first, is it like riot in a good way or like in anger?
There's never a good riot.
Losing their fucking minds.
In a good
Third
way or a
one
bad
in
way?
that.
There's
the
never
third
a
one makes
good
sense
way.
in that regard because you drink enough of that shit.
Yeah, there's
Okay, just
never
because-
there's never a good riot, and it's now fucking what's it called? Fucking contagious.
Yeah, bitch.
Fuck you, you should have chose the gravity gun.
Should be 10.
What's the
Really
new
good
fad
sex.
diet? Nope. What's the new fad diet? Adderall. What's the new fad diet? 2 midgets shitting into a bucket. What's the new fad diet? A cooler full of orgasms.
Organs.
Whatever.
Organs.
Try the new
It
Adderall
didn't win
diet.
anyway.
You'll win eventually. The CIA now interrogates enemy agents by repeatedly subjecting them to just the tip. By repeatedly subjecting them to the profoundly handicapped. By repeatedly subjecting them to hooking a car.
The fuck?
Okay,
I'm guessing
way
that's
to go
grim.
GTA 5 there, Sticky. By repeatedly subjecting them to my personal hell, which is Justin Bieber songs.
Fuck! I wasted a blank card for nothing!
Mine was a blank card too. Chris, you gotta read for 60.
Yeah, just read.
Oh, what's that sound? Cartoon camel enjoying the smooth, refreshing taste of a cigarette.
God, that
What's
hasn't
that
been a thing for
sound?
years.
Flash flooding. What's that
Oh,
sound?
think about that
The
third
beautiful
one, though.
sport of Turkish oil wrestling.
What's that sound?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was so
It's
tempted
flat
to
white
use my
wrestling.
other blank card.
I quite personally like the sound of...
Personally, like the sound of what?
He liked Cookie Monster because that was
Oh.
his card. Okay.
There goes 60 again.
Why am I sticky?
Just pick the third one.
You knew I was gonna pick it regardless.
I threw away the deformed, but completely worth it. Blank! It's a trap!
All trash
I fucked up.
talk.
I
The
had
Reverend
the
Dr.
Star
Luther-
Wars universe.
The
card.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's a trap! Faith,
God damn it, I
it's a
fucked up.
trap! Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a trap! Getting in her pants politely. It's a trap!
Seriously, I had the Star Wars universe. I should have picked that.
No! Oh my god, I'm so evil. Don't go into that hotel. It's a trap. Oh
What?
my god, I'm evil. The Martin Luther King Jr. one.
Oh!
Don't
What
go
will
into the
br-
hotel. It's a
What
trap.
will bring back in time to convince people
We've
I'm
seen
a
this
powerful
one.
wizard? An Oedipus complex. A giant mechanical bird with a tragic backstory. Eastern European turbo folk music. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
You shall not fuck.
You don't even know what that is!
Okay,
Yes, I
then.
do.
What is it?
You do
It's
realize
not
that back
good.
in time they already had that.
No, he needs
He
to bring
who
it back.
controls blank controls the world. He who controls vehicular manslaughter controls the world.
I don't think you can
He
control the
who
world.
controls an asymmetric boob job controls the world. He who controls natural selection controls the world.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
That's the
Man.
only one that makes sense.
Ma'am, your boobs seem to be lopsided.
I'm assuming that's either 60s or Grimm's.
But what about
It's not
Sixties.
letting me. There
It
we
was
go.
Grimm's.
I'm in last.
you? Think you have defeated me?
Oh.
Well, let's see how you handle blank. You think you have defeated me? Well, let's see how you handle Gandhi.
You just push him.
Well, let's see how you handle a low standard of living.
That's basically Gandhi.
Well, let's see how you handle hormone injections.
They're banned
Well,
in
let's
the
see how
military.
you handle dying.
That last
fuck?
one sucks. I drink to forget every time I come and play with you guys.
Alright.
I drink to forget same-sex dancing. Forget Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. To forget emotions. It making.
Alright, thank God.
What's my secret power? A stray pube.
That's a horrible power.
That
What's
really
my
is.
secret power? Pistol whipping a hostage.
That's not a
Anybody
power.
can do that.
What's my secret power? Frolicking.
Gay.
What's my secret power? Temporary invincibility.
That is the only actual power there.
I think we know which card is Henrico's.
Very much so.
Yes.
Michael Bay's new 3-hour epic pits blank against blank.
The terrorist versus.
Michael Bay's new 3-hour action epic pits the terrorists against the Star Wars universe. I have a feeling this is Chris's. Michael Bay's new 3-hour action epic pits the Club against Ryan Gosling riding
What is the claw?
in on a white horse.
I have
no
a feeling
idea.
it's not something you want to see.
Probably not.
Michael Bay's new 3-hour action epic pits
Ooh, this one sucks.
praying the gay away against a snap. Fuck me!
That one's throwaway. It has to be.
Michael Bay's new 3-hour action epic pits Hulk Hogan against
This one
what The
almost
Rock
works.
was really cooking. Please, God, don't let this one be Chris's. Thank the Lord.
After Hurricane Katrina, Sean Penn brought blank to all the people of New Orleans. Sean Penn brought Glenn Beck convulsively vomiting as a brood of crab spiders hatches in his brain and erupts from his tear ducts. To all the okay,
that
that's a throwaway.
smashes. That
That's
is
a
definitely
throwaway.
smash.
Sean Penn brought a balanced breakfast to the people of New Orleans. Sean Penn brought space muffins to the people of New Orleans.
Dude, they're all so high.
Sean
What?
Penn brought a super soaker full
Oh,
of
God.
cat
I've
pee
actually
to all
seen this
the
on
people
YouTube.
of New Orleans.
Yes.
Blank is way better in blank mode. Flesh-eating bacteria is way better in hope mode. I'm not saying that.
I'm not
Stuffing my
saying
balls into a
that
Sega
it
Genesis
was.
and pressing the power button is way better in drinking alone mode.
Futuristic death sports.
Can we just give
is
this
way-
round
is way
to Grim?
better in inappropriate yelling mode.
I think we all. Yeah,
God
Bling,
damn
bling,
you!
bling, bling,